Hello. Wow, it's the most extraordinarily beautiful day here. I cannot believe that it's mid-November and it feels like a summer's day. It's just, ooh, look at that sky. Gorgeous and very nice to see no white streaks across there for once, because they have been really going for it lately. So it's absolutely gorgeous. Had a wonderful morning at the park, just enjoying the surroundings. And one of the guys summed it up really well. He just said, "Oh, thank God for Sunday mornings." We're having a really good chat, and yeah, I think sometimes because I'm so in this, I guess, all the time, it's easy to forget that lots of other people can't really, during their daily life, can't really talk to people about a lot of stuff. Because there's still that stigma, there's still that going along with the narrative, or even if they're willing to question certain things, there's a line that they're still not willing to cross. So yeah, thank God for Sunday mornings. It really is a refuge, and especially on a day like this, it's just an absolute pleasure to be out in the sunshine. I'm usually freezing, as many people know. I'm usually all bundled up and still shivering, but I'm really warm in just a jumper. So if this is global warming, then bring it on. I'm not complaining in the UK. And no, I don't buy into that whole climate change thing before anybody says anything. But it is very warm and lovely. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing really well. It was actually reminding me when I was in the park this morning, just soaking up how beautiful it was. Lots of people there with their dogs. I had Milu with me, my dog, and he's scampering around, just really enjoying himself. And it just made me think about what, it reminded me rather of what we're fighting for here. What we're fighting for, and it is not just survival. And I think it's easy for that to happen, being in this situation and being under the cosh all the time. But it's so important to hold that vision of the world that we want to live in, the lives that we want to be living, because it's certainly not just about scraping by. Because those that look back and want to go back to normal, there's no way that I do. And I'll tell you why. Because the previous normal was only working for very few people. And even for those who, many of us were more comfortable then, in comparison to now. But actually, what kind of life for so many people, grinding away in massively underpaid jobs, but most of their time spent surviving, doing things that they didn't want, that given the choice they would never do. And I think the problem with us as a species, it's a blessing and a curse, I've talked about this before, is that we acclimate so quickly and easily to things. So in one way it's a tremendous strength, and it's what gets us through incredible adversity. But on the other hand, there is this tendency to just kind of absorb an environment that's been created for us, without our input, our witting input. Obviously we're creating it without realizing, but it's certainly not what we want to be creating for ourselves. And so there is definitely this tendency to just get on with it. And what we're experiencing now, and what we have experienced up until now, is not something that anybody should just accept as their lot. Absolutely not. And so this is our opportunity now, as hard as things seem and are for a lot of people. With great change often comes the great upheaval, because again we have settled into this uncomfortable comfort zone. So because we're creatures of habit, we like to know what's just around the corner, how things are going to be, where we're at. We will cling to the known out of fear of things being different, because we don't know how to quantify that. But this is the time, the only time really, where we can change things around, and bringing it back to having that vision of how we want to live, how we deserve to live. We have been absolutely bombarded with conditioning that we're just inherently unworthy on some level, and it's very deep indoctrination indeed, and many people wouldn't even realise, because you're not thinking consciously, I'm not worthy of this or that, I don't deserve, but actually it's taken in on a very profound level that some deserve to have it all, or it's to do with luck, or it's to do with intelligence, it's to do with this, that or the other. But whatever it is, you have the haves and the have-nots, and it's a complete fabrication. And so yeah, just remembering what we're fighting for here. It's not just to not die. It's not to just survive, to keep going. For what? We deserve so much more. And we've been completely hoodwinked. Since way before all of this. I mean, this is just the next level as they try to get towards their end goal, which will not succeed. But it's been a whittling away of our dignity, our self-respect, our dreams, for a very long time, and that gradual degrading of the notion of any kind of self-power and the ability to control our lives, which comes through it's our intention, it's our beliefs, and those have been completely and utterly hijacked. It's all an illusion, and that's why this is psychological operations, because it's where it's all playing out. They get into your mind, and then that translates into your emotions and how you act in the world, how you perceive the world, how you go around in the world, and it's all feeding each other. And so as soon as my arm's starting to really ache. I went to the gym yesterday and overdid it a bit. Swap arms. When we take control back of our minds, and the fact that we can, the one control we've got is how we respond to things and how we choose to experience things, and it is a superpower. It's much easier to get in contact with that when it's like this morning. It's a beautiful day, the leaves are coming down, glittering through the air against the vivid blue sky. You just feel that welling up, and so when you can get in contact with that and choose that sort of level of appreciation for things, and it could be anything at all, you are out of that holding place of fear and depression and negativity. And the more you can tune into that, the more you realise how much control you really do have over your feelings. And it's not about squashing down the ones that aren't all happy, love and light and so on. Not at all. We just accept that that's there. When you can accept it's there, it can pass through. 5G doesn't help there, does it, Laurie? No, it doesn't. And see, this is the thing. They will employ any weapon they can, 5G included, to keep us down, to keep that frequency low. It's coming through the TV screen. It's every time a prime minister opens their gob, you know, it's relentless. But again, no matter what is coming at us from out there, we have the power from in here. And once you're in touch with that, once you know that, things are on the skids for them. And that's what this great awakening, whatever you want to call it, is about. It's that waking up to our own God-given, inherent creative powers and our abilities, because we're so hugely powerful. They harness our energy to create what they want. They do not have that ability themselves. And the more people realise that, the more the house of cards just starts tumbling down. So have a lovely rest of the day, evening, wherever you are and whatever you're up to. And yeah, if you're in the UK and you're enjoying some nice weather, that's just, oh yes, that's a real gift for mid-November, that's for sure. Yeah, I'll speak to you very soon. Lots of love to you all. Mwah. Peace.